TJ and I wanted to get together today and visit with you all about sustainable agriculture and what it means at Syngenta and also to a lot of growers. Sustainability is really a buzzword, but what does it mean at the field level and to those folks that are actually implementing it? At Syngenta, we define sustainable agriculture as the means of conducting production in a way that's going to meet the current needs, but also the ability for future generations to meet their own needs. What's that mean for the planet, profit, people? What do you see that meaning for you and your growers that you work with at the field level?
Growers are kind of the first stewards of the land, because when this all started, a lot of them were sitting there looking at it, and you just kept handing that down from generation to generation. So they've always been very good stewards of the land. But at the same time, we have to make sure that they can be profitable while they're doing it and in an environmentally safe way to be able to continue doing what they need to be doing.
I think one of the benefits that we have now is that we've got some really great technology advances and also a lot more data at our fingertips that we can use to make decisions. And having that technology and having that data really helps us dial in and understand if we're doing a good job or maybe need to make some adjustments with some of our input decisions and the way that we're operating. What are some ways that we can use some of that data and technology to make decisions and to alter our sustainability?
So now we've got things such as AgriEdge with LandDB that do a very good job of measuring where we're at. So I think you can kind of call it a benchmarking. And when you're doing that, you have to have a starting point. And so that's where it comes in very well, that you can put in all of your inputs, all the operations you've done across your farm, all of your applications, and everything that you're doing on that farm to make sure that not only is it sustainable for your farm as far as profitability, but you can benchmark yourselves against some of your neighbors too. And that gives us some numbers to work with to see if we're really headed in the right direction or if we're going backwards.
How important is it that growers start making decisions and retailers start making recommendations that allow us to manage resistance into the future?
One of my old bosses once told us one time, he said, if you don't have resistance right now, act like you do, because otherwise you will. So we need to just go into each one of those applications planning on there being resistance, even if there isn't, because if we treat it like we do not have resistance, we will get it. And then all those products, we were talking a little bit ago about how it doesn't seem like the pipeline is quite as full, or it's taking a little bit more time to get new products into the market. We can't afford to lose the products we have right now due to resistance. So that's one of the things we have to think about is, that's a long-term strategy, is taking care of the problem you have now, but at the same time looking forward to the future to make sure you don't create yourself more problems.
Yeah, I mean, if we don't steward those technologies and tools that we've got now and lose those in the future, we're going to be at a loss for what we can use to manage some of our weeds that we're dealing with that are more difficult to control, and then also potential species shifts with diseases that we do get on the regular basis, and how would we control those into the future as well. So that's long-term viability is incredibly important, and we can certainly alter the direction if we make good choices now. I think it's really important for growers and retailers to all understand how committed we are to the sustainability piece, and that our end goal is really around making sure that we can provide new technologies that folks will be able to use for the long haul, and also at the same time being in a position to make sound environmental decisions as well.